Oh, were you asking if we were ready? I'm sorry. I thought that was like a rhetorical fucking hit. I
I
didn't
did
understand.
too.
I didn't realize it was like an actual addressing the crew. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Ready, Cap.
Oh, look at that. She put an armory logo on there.
I did. So, hey, everybody who's out there. I think my audio is off sync. You can let me know if it is, because that is annoying. Um, so we are the NAT30s, and we are continuing with our Bums of Greenest campaign. I wanted to start off with some of our announcements first. And the biggest one being that we have recently been sponsored by the Armory War Games and Hobbies, which is located at 67 Huddleston Avenue in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. You should like and follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They're in the process of creating a larger web presence, and they're kind of building their going to be building a website in the next couple of months so that they can facilitate some online sales as well. But it's because of them that we're going to have some much more amazing giveaways than we have started off with, including we're going to have source books, more dice bags and trays, and minis, colored minis if you want them, and then all kinds of other.
I'm excited to see that. Because
Yeah.
last time I went there pre-apocalypse, they'd had no colored minis.
Yeah, no, they've got a whole big selection. So definitely support your local hobby store. We have links to their Facebook in the little. Am I pointing the right way? Nope, that way. On the little thingy up there above Abaddon's head. You can click that and it'll bring it to the Facebook page. I'm just going to show a couple of the things that we're going to be giving away when we hit our. So it looks like we've got 2 more subs. I'm going to have to reset my thing while the intro plays because that's really going to annoy me that I'm off sync. But we've got 2 more subs until our first giveaway, and we're going to show a couple of things that we have for the smaller giveaways. A kitty dice tray. Not showing. Maybe it's trying to focus on my face.
There you go.
There we go. Nope. Now it's focusing on my hand. Anyway. Kitty dice tray. And this is just the first like little bunch I grabbed because I felt awkward just grabbing things, but as we work together more, I'll feel less awkward, I assume. This is going to focus on my head. So we've got a big 20-sided die that is pretty cool from Easy Dice Roller. And then when we get, this will be a little bit of a bigger giveaway when we hit maybe like, when we do our 20 sub giveaway, we have, and this is like taking up one of the mats, an Easy Roller mat that you can use with the blur thing that's it all up. Hold on. Taking the blur off. Okay. That you can use dry erase, and I think it's primarily dry erase, but maybe wet erase markers to draw your maps. So these are the kinds of things that we're going to be giving away. Like I said, they will range depending on what we are given. They do have a bunch of limited edition Theros, I think it is, the new ones. I bought myself one. That I'm going to try to grab as well. And that book's like 30, 40 bucks or something. So yeah, thank you to the Armory. Again, click on that little button over there. To get to their Facebook. And when they get a website and everything, we'll probably try to coordinate some kind of like code so people can get maybe a discount. We'll see, and then they can also know that you found them through us, and that would be great.
I think if people shop there, they should say the bums sent us.
Yes, Please do. If you're in the area, any locals who are watching us, say the bum sent you, and we'll just say, we'll see what happens. I don't know if Dan will do anything, but.
He'll be confused and be like, okay.
Yeah, because I don't know that he's actually seen. Like, maybe say the NAT30s sent you, because if you just say the bums sent you, he might be weirded out. Also, check out some of
From the bus station.
What was that?
Oh, sorry. I said that he might think that you came from the bus station.
Right. Did you get disconnected? Your thing just. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can hear your fan.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, she sounds
I
like
don't
she's
have
yelling.
a.
Talking.
I don't have a fan.
Oh, you can. Okay, I can
You
hear.
sound like you're driving down the highway.
Yeah, I can hear. Did you have to disconnect?
Yeah.
Have you tried it on your phone? Skype?
It can't run it.
Your phone? Oh, phone. So our first donation thing that we're going to put together is to try to get Abaddon a single computer. I'm going to put that in our panels below. So she currently is using 2 8-year-old computers and also a phone that I believe is probably also 8 years old. So every penny that is donated is going to go into our coffer for purchasing a single new computer for Abaddon so that she can play with just a single item up in front of her face and not have to worry about using my 8-year-old computer, her 8-year-old computer, and a phone that is dying. I'm going to put that officially in our panels below. Also, be sure to check out some of our pals, Nat Awesome. We've got Raging Rolls. I don't know if I can throw this down in the. I wonder if my shout out thing will work, so we'll test that out real quick too before we get started. Nope, wrong one. Okay. I think I made myself a mod on my other thingy-mabob, so I'm gonna go in here and just try to do the shout out. So how you guys do that for my mods who are not necessarily super tech savvy is you hit exclamation point. Nope, it doesn't work. Unless I can't do it on my phone. Let me try it on Streamlabs.
You have to go into the mod view to do this.
No, you should be able to just do it. Maybe I have to put at. Oh, it won't let me do it now because I just did it a second ago. Yeah, and it should be working because I have chatbot up. Nope. Anyway, nothing fucking works when you're live. We also have DM, the Mark Knight, who I believe is playing right now, and the Loophole King, who I think is also playing on DM, the Mark Knight's channel at the moment. And they are amazing, and they raid us all the time, which is really fantastic. And we appreciate it. Lord Nikto, who has also raided us a couple of times and is one of my favorites, to go hang out on his stream, and then Dreaded GM, who's just a fantastic stream that I really recommend. Don't forget that bits fill the party inspiration, and when we get to 100%, the whole party is going to get inspiration. And you can also use the sound alerts to, like, you use the bits to do the sound alert, but it also fills the party inspiration, so double. And we're going to be doing our July giveaway on Saturday, because it's the end of July, or the beginning of August technically, and we'll be giving away.
Jesus.
I know, it went by very fast. We'll be giving
Let's get
away.
this over with.
None of my shit's working. Maybe it's not working because I'm not on the stream. That shouldn't matter. Uh-oh, none of my shit's working.
It's one of them nights.
I know. Well, one of them nights, because it's Saturday. I mean, not Saturday. It's fucking Tuesday.
No
God.
excuses.
Alright, let me just go into Streamlabs real quick and make sure that shit is on. Giveaways. If we get 2 more subs tonight, we will definitely do a giveaway, and how we'll do it is with marbles. We'll play marbles. Alright, all my shit's there. I'll turn it off for a second. Turn it back on. Yeah, the F. Okay. Alright, I'm just awkwardly going to try to make sure that this is working, and then we'll switch over to doing our intro video. Come on. Nope, nothing's working. Fantastic. Alright, so that one's working. But Streamlabs is not. Okay, good to know. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna switch over to our Bums intro, and then we'll get into the game. Whoa, that one came back real quick. All right. Hooray. Thank you, Grimoire, for hanging out with us. Okay, so we'll jump in. Let's pull up my notes. So my recap is very lame because I forgot. It's one of those days I forgot to do it. I usually try to do it while I'm working, and it was a very busy day today. So, an eventful couple of days within the Carnath Roadhouse led the Bums of Greenest to an underground tunnel leading from the converted hostelry to the outskirts of the Mere of Dead Men. Following the trail of lizard folk, our adventurers find themselves marching headlong into the deadly swamp, continuing with their charge of finding out where the cultist loot is going. So when we left you all, you had emerged from the tunnel after kind of hanging back for a moment, hearing the lizard folk speaking in Draconic a little bit ahead of you. When you came out, you were that much closer to the Mere and realized that you had to head on in. So see. When you come out, you do see that there's the tunnel is screened by some trees and brush, so it's like not easily visible from the outside, obviously. And you continue on. Issa, the halfling rogue, is with you. She does have a small dagger in her hand that has had the light spell cast upon it by our paladin warlock, or not. But she's kind of hanging back a little bit. She's not like leading your group because the rest of you have dark vision, I mean. And so she's kind of shielding the light a little bit so it's not super obvious, and just using it as a little bit of a way to see in front of her feet, honestly. When you first emerged out of the tunnel, it was about, we're gonna say about like 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's very dark, but you do know that there's only a couple of hours until the sun starts to rise. I'm gonna have, it would be Zan and Vidania, right? Who are, you guys are proficient in survival.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can either make
I am as well.
Oh, okay.
I am too.
All right, so how about one of you chooses who's going to roll with advantage, as you're all kind of helping to track in the dark.
What type of terrain would it be considered? Is this considered forest?
No, so you are entering into the swamp now.
So like the cave or this tunnel opened up and we came out into the swamp. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so you're much closer. You are entering into the swamp at the moment. Like you are exiting like a little bit of a foresty area, and it's starting to transition into swamp. The trees are getting less leafy as you go, although it is winter time, so some of them already would have been hibernating for the winter, but you're entering into like much more mucky area and trying to locate the tracks from the lizard folk as you go.
Were we like below ground and then kind of came up? Is that how this tunnel worked?
You were below ground and then just kind of traveled at a straight line and came out. So it was kind of like hilly.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of you can roll with advantage, with given everyone else's help.
Zan, go.
Zan, 2020.
Okay. It's 18.
Okay. Yes. So as you continue on for the next hour or so, you're easily able to see the tracks that led from the roadhouse through into the swamp. Continuing on, the smell is much stronger. Like you had gotten whiffs of it, and it was a little bit stronger in that small storeroom. But just that very organic, rotting smell. The trees again start to get more and more dead and covered in muck and like green mosses and just all kinds of different foliage that you are not necessarily familiar with, not having been in here before. So you continue on. I'm gonna have whoever wants to, I'm gonna have somebody roll me a d20. Vidania, you can do it.
Thank you for picking.
That is a 1.
Everybody's looking at.
Oh,
Wow, we're fucked.
lasagna.
So you guys continue through. As you as you're walking through it, the ground starts to become even more soggy, and you are starting to get the muck in your boots and everything. You do see, so the shorter among you, Issa and Erdnot, are starting to like end up wading a little bit more as you're moving into the mirror. Reminder that Abaddon has a point of exhaustion for this day. So you're kind of, it's, for the majority of you, it's only like up to your, mid calf, but it's still like not very pleasant to go through. You do find yourself having to go a little bit slower, and even the areas that are like dry land are very soggy, and there are a lot of roots in the way that are tripping people up, and it's just not a very pleasant experience as you go through this swamp. And every once in a while, you kind of like, somebody will go like, shh, and you'll see like a little bubble under the water, under the mucky water, and then it will stop. There's a lot of like creepy sounds out there. Things like scuttling across the trees, and you'll look up but not see anything anymore. It's a pretty uncomfortable environment to be in for, I would say, all of you. Even Erdnot, who's been underground, like this is different. This is
Underground's usually solid.
Yeah.
I'll drop back. I'm assuming me and Abaddon, Arik and Abaddon would be last in this order for marching, since we were the ones who left that room last. I'll drop back, and if she needs me, I can either take the bag of holding for her so she can move a little bit easier since she has that point of exhaustion, or in case she needs help in general.
Okay.
Before we got this far, when we were still like maybe just got out of the cave, Erdnot would have taken his backpack, taken out his warhammer, give it a kiss, and said, "Ah, my old friend," and switched over to that instead of the battle axe now. Just strap the axe to his back, put his backpack back on, and trudge on.
All right.
Much more fun to smash heads with a hammer than with an axe.
Yeah.
DM, do we know?
Vidania, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we all know that Abaddon is like really tired and exhausted? Does she look tired?
Yes, you can see it. You can definitely see
Okay.
that. Like, she's not like dying, but
Right.
she's
You
a
can tell she's,
little
like,
slower. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is, can I cast a spell on her?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna cast enhance ability, and it gives me a bunch of different choices, but I'm gonna select Bear's Endurance, which is, she has advantage on Constitution checks, and she's gonna gain 2d6 temporary hit points. And they're lost when the spell's over. It's a concentration for an hour.
Hi, raging rolls. Okay. That was the bear?
Fine.
Yes, the bear.
Carry that bag. She doesn't need me, that's for sure.
Should I roll the 2d6 hit points?
Yes, because you're casting
It's
it.
like extra?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's 5.
Alright, 5 hit points.
And if she has advantage on Constitution, does that like wipe out her disadvantage basically?
For that particular, yes, it would be a straight roll for con. Yeah.
Oh. Alright, cool.
Thank you. Is my audio still bad?
Yeah.
I would have said to Abaddon,
Talk.
I don't know what you were doing, playing with the horses all night or whatever you were doing, but you look like shit. So I would have just touched her and just said, I'm giving you a little bit of Bear's Endurance.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah, you better see me. Chip her up. You look like shit. But I still love you.
DM,
Yes.
can we tell like how many hours before sunrise we have?
Looking up, and you guys, so you're continuing on. It looks like you've got maybe another hour or so, but there is also like just this lingering. I wouldn't say it's like a mist, but it's just like it's
Like a
it's like,
haze?
yeah, there you go. That's a great word that I would never have come up with because my brain doesn't work anymore. Like almost like this, with like that kind of sickly green hue that's just very, very faint. So everything's a little bit muted, like all the colors. But you can tell still looking up that it'll be morning soon. Given your sleep schedule, you are all starting to get a little bit tired because this is the time that you would have gone to sleep, as you know, like 6 a.m. comes around. I need another person to roll me a d20.
I'll do it.
Somebody else do it.
Yeah, not Danya.
I can do it. I'll do it. It's a 12.
I got a 14.
Oh. Did you
Okay.
say that you were gonna roll? Did I not hear you?
I did.
Yeah, he did. I'll take his first.
Sorry, I didn't hear him. I gotta pick you guys up.
Micaiah, was that a +5 on the AC, or +5 temporary hit points?
That's +5 temporary hit points.
Okay. I don't see your roll. Where did your roll come through?
I rolled it on D&D Beyond.
Okay. So it didn't come through on, but not on Roll20.
I don't know why I didn't.
That's fine. That's fine. I just didn't know if I
Usually
should.
what I roll on there comes through.
Yeah, I just didn't know if I should be looking for it. Okay, so sorry, that was a 15. 14. All right, so you guys continue on for another hour or so, and the sun is starting to come up. It is again like just this like hazy green sky that you're looking up at.
Are we following tracks?
Yes.
Is that how we know what direction we're going?
Yep. Yeah. With the four of you being proficient in survival, you are easily able to see as you're walking along that not only like in the beginning it was easy to follow the tracks like into the mirror, but then as you go you can see these very clear and distinct like burn marks across some of the trunks of the dead trees, like leading a certain way. So as you're going, you just see like this, it almost looks like a smear of charcoal like against the tree trunk, but heading in a certain direction, and you noticed that like it is marking your path pretty clearly. You can't, there's no like broken twigs or anything on the ground. As you're walking, it is getting much more difficult to find patches of dry land to even see, which is why the markings are like above ground, but easily noticeable if that's what you're looking for. And so as the morning continues on, thanks for the host. Thank you. So you continue on. I'm gonna have I'll have you roll again, Arik, for your check.
D20.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Okay. So even though you guys continue and you do keep on seeing, like you think at one point you might even see like the eyes of like a crocodile above the water, probably a good 20, 30 feet off in another section that seems to be cordoned off with a bunch of broken tree stumps and everything. It disappears under the water. There is a lot of life in this swamp, despite it looking so dead, really. So let's see here. As the sun is coming up, you are starting to get tired, and at a certain point, Issa pipes up, and she and Erdnot probably have water, nasty muck all up to almost their waist, and are going a little bit slower than everybody else. She's like, we should rest. We should stop at the nearest dry spot, if we can find one.
I agree. Need to check for leeches.
Oh, I
Feel
can't
them
believe
in
you
my
said
britches.
that. Yeah, I'm so tired.
Yes, we should try and see if we can get off the path.
All right. So I'm gonna have. We'll do Zan again. If you can do another survival check to see if you can find some dry area here.
23.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Zan just found the Americas.
Yeah. So
This is now called Zanland.
put down a
I
flag.
claim this land in the name of Zan.
President
2020.
Zan.
President Zan. 2020.
So you are able to find, very luckily, it's not even so much like dry land. It's more of just like a cluster of like tree trunks, dead trees that have all fallen on top of one another over time, or maybe been pushed along by the swamp. And so it's not comfortable at all, but does like lift you up and elevate you from the swamp enough that you guys can very kind of uncomfortably rest. So it is daytime. Issa, she goes like right to sleep. But what are you guys doing? Are you going to be doing a watch? Or how are you handling this little pit stop?
We should definitely do a watch.
I agree.
All right.
Want to set up two full on a watch, or so they can watch each other's backs?
It definitely recommend in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I'll
you'll be-
take first with somebody.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
All right.
Zan's got an accent this session.
I was gonna
I was-
comment on it, but I didn't want to be rude, so
I was wondering how long it would take before someone said something.
not gonna lie, it makes me wanna like talk like in British, but like
In British.
like I know in
But, like,
British is not like a
Southern
thing, but,
British.
Sorry, Fires of Athlin.
like you know that type of English that I'm not good at.
I was going for a combination of Jason Statham and a traditional RP.
I see where you
You're
get
doing very well.
from. You're actually doing a really good job, and his voice is pretty good, and you're all stealthy like him and stuff.
Uh-oh, Arik.
Oh, it doesn't mean I'm gonna get a new boyfriend. It's alright. You're still my boyfriend.
It's just the accent.
It's the accent. It is. It's so attractive. I mean,
Sorry.
it's not attractive
just-
at all.
It's alright. I'll just have to stop pulling out the Boston accent. That's okay.
Oh, you know I love it. You know that's my sweet spot, sweetheart.
Okay. So, yeah. So go ahead and roll me a d20, whichever one of you wants to do it. Just one.
Do you want it?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Fine. 13.
Your watch goes by without a hitch. Who's taking the next one?
Or not.
Ow.
Will.
Okay, Erdnot and Micaiah.
Yes.
One of you can roll.
Roll it, Erdy.
Dirty
Rolling.
Erdy.
Dirty Erdy.
Dirty Erdy.
That's a 17.
There you go.
Yeah, as the two of you are watching, it's very uncomfortable. Erdnot's back starts to hurt and he keeps shifting around, trying to find a comfortable position to sit in. But no unusual.
Fiction mirrors real life.
No unusual sightings.
How long are our shifts? Are we like doing a couple hours each, or
Yeah,
are we gonna
you
sleep
have
through
to.
the day?
Yeah, you guys have to get your sleep. You'll be able to probably reset your sleep schedule at another time. But when you're all said and done, you'll have the benefit of having gotten like 6 hours of sleep, which is what you need.
So will that
But-
count as a long rest?
Yeah, it's a long rest. Yeah,
All right.
long rest is like 6 hours of sleep with like give or take 2 hours or so of like rest.
All right.
So last two, Vidania and Abaddon.
Yes.
Can roll a 20.
You roll. Me? Okay.
Abaddon, no, she's
7.
muted.
Yeah, because she's got the.
Okay.
Vidana, you are fired, honey. Fired.
I'm not
No
rolling
more
anymore
dice
today.
for you.
What did
tonight
you roll?
Unless you're trying to kill somebody.
7.
Okay.
7.
Yeah. So the two of you, no issues during your watch as well. Issa stays asleep, but she also almost died about less than 36 hours ago, so she's kind of still recovering from being stabbed through the stomach. So you guys wake up and are ready to move on. It's probably about like 2 p.m.-ish, 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Hard to tell, but it is past noon. And you continue on. So, let's see. I'm gonna make a couple rolls now.
Gold.
That's like the scariest thing to me in the whole world when she says she's about to roll.
All right. So, another several hours actually passes as you're very slowly trudging through, continuing to follow the burn marks in the trees, and you finally emerge and come to this like a clearing that is slightly drier than the muck that you have been wading through. But you do see 4 wicker lean-tos and a stone platform that has a fire, like remnants of a fire above the soggy ground there. There are 3 dugout canoes that are drawn up near one of the lean-tos. And a few dozen yards beyond the campsite in the direction that you've been traveling, the dry land ends completely. And other than moss-covered trees, some fallen logs, and thick clumps of reeds, there's nothing that rises above the still black water. You do see that, so essentially, like, you've come up out of the swamp a little bit. It's drier land in front of you with those lean-tos, but then beyond it and in the direction that you need to go, it does appear, especially given that the canoes are there, that there's no wading through the muck. You would have to swim or take boats. So what do? You come across this camp.
Oh, we're taking those boats.
I guess so.
I'm going to have to agree
I
with Erdbot.
love canoes. I haven't ridden a canoe. Oh my gosh, it's so long.
So are
Is
you
there anything in
approaching the camp? Are you heading like straight in? How are you? You guys are.
Do we? It looks abandoned.
Yeah,
So from how far away are you? Are you heading straight in, or are you like observing from the outskirts? What's your plan of
Yeah.
attack?
I would say
Yes.
we stop and observe when as soon as we see it. Yeah.
Okay. So you're probably about 50 or so feet outside of it. How long are you gonna watch?
at least a couple minutes?
20 minutes.
Sure.
Few minutes.
See if
Yeah,
we can
I'd
see any
say-
movement.
I'd say
All right.
many minutes.
How about
Get smoke from a fire. Can we tell if there's been people there recently?
so if
Does
you're
anybody have any like binoculars?
No.
No.
so if you're staying on the outskirts there,
Does it look like they left anything that they'd be coming back for?
I could
Sorry.
also wild shape, y'all, and go just take a look real quick. Come right back.
Lauren, are you plugged into the same computer that you're using for Skype? Oh, okay. I wonder why it does that for you sometimes. So if you're hanging out outside of it for the moment, like just as a quick glance in, you do not see like any smoke coming up from the stone slab. You don't see any movement from the lean-tos. Micaiah, you were going to wild shape into something?
I think I should. What do y'all think?
Do it.
All right.
Alright.
I'm gonna wild shape into
Make it weird.
mouse.
Beowulf,
Make it weird.
Beowulf says
Oh my
make it
God.
weird.
Make it weird. All right. I mean, what level is a platypus? That's a weird animal. If I ever seen a weird animal, that's a weird animal right there. Doesn't know what the hell it is.
I have a
No,
feeling you could probably wild shape into
I
that if you
probably
wanted.
could. Yeah, but it's probably not the quietest.
No, I don't know.
So, I'm just gonna be a little mouse,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna scurry on over.
All right.
Stay towards the outskirts of what looks like living establishments and a narwhal. Ooh, that'd be awesome. Emu, some good suggestions.
So roll me a stealth check. Please.
Alright. Thank God I got great stealth. All right. Come on, stealth. Ooh, thank God I have a good stealth. All right, 14.
So you feel like you're pretty stealthy as you scuttle, is that a word? I don't know. Scuttle.
Stutter,
You
scuttle. Yeah.
you run across a bunch of like dead trees and eventually find yourself on that sort of dry land heading up to the lean-tos. And as you get closer, yeah, there's the fire pit on top of those stone slabs is cold and does not appear to have been used in quite some time. Let me just double check here. If you enter into one of the lean-tos, there's pretty much nothing in there at all, actually. It is empty, and each one is the same.
All right. And I don't see anything that looks weird, like any kind of traps or things like that. I mean, I know I'm a mouse, but.
You can make an investigation check.
All right. That's a 12.
Okay. Yep, as you are looking through, the only thing that you find is like remnants of what appears to be like skeletal remains of some kind of maybe like a fish or something that appears to have been eaten, but probably a while ago. There's not much left. It's literally just bones. Within on the outskirts between one of the lean-tos and the fire pit area.
All right. So I'm gonna skedaddle, scurry,
She's leaving a trail of Skittles.
slash run back to my comrades, and I'm gonna get back to being Micaiah, and I'm just gonna relay to them what I saw. Looks pretty abandoned. Looks like we could go in, take a look around.
Let us go then.
Let's do it.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Go.
So you enter into the campsite there. You were not able to light a fire during your most recent rest. So anything that you did consume, it would have to be your rations, really, and it would have been the driest parts of your rations. And it wasn't a particularly, oh yeah, Arik rolled me a d10. It wasn't a particularly restful sleep. And we'll see if Arik woke you up with any.
It's 3.
Okay. Definitely everyone. Wait, who? Yes. Everyone who was awake during their watches would have noticed Arik very clearly having nightmares, but you did not wake up, and you did sleep through your long rest and gained all the benefits of that. Abaddon, also, you would have lost that point of exhaustion because you guys did get to sleep, so you're back up to fully rested. All right, so there are the lean-tos, the fire pit, and the canoes. What are you up to?
There's no boxes, cargo, or anything here to
Nope.
snoop around and loot and investigate.
Nope. All you see is the lean-tos, the canoes, and the fire pit.
Do the canoes have paddles in them?
So as Erdnot, you approach the canoes and look in, and you do see that each canoe has 3 paddles and is large enough to hold, looks to be about 5 humans without a lot of gear, or 2 or 3 with packs and other gear.
And they look like they'll actually hold us. There's no visible
Yeah.
holes.
That's what I was gonna say. That it looks sturdy.
Make an investigation check, Arik.
I don't think I have anything extra for that. 18. Would you say investigate? That's a 17 because I got a -1 on that.
Yeah, so when you go over and kind of pull one of the canoes up a little bit further to just make sure that you can see the entire perimeter of it, they look to be pretty solid. You think that they will hold you just fine.
Okay. You guys want to take off, or what do you guys want to do?
Well, what are we taking off to?
It's a good question.
We were tasked with finding where they're taking all of the treasure. We need to know where the destination is. The tracks lead here. They don't take it on land. They must use these canoes in order to ferry to where they're going to next.
Aye, and this is a vast swamp. What direction do you think we should ferry to?
Or do we want to go at all? Do we want to wait, set up shop in the bushes outside the clearing, and wait and see if anybody comes by?
I was thinking the same thing, Eric. I feel like if we take their canoes, they're gonna notice. We don't know when they're gonna come back. Then they're gonna know someone's here.
According to Chef there, didn't he say that they only came every 2 weeks?
Well placed.
I think we're back. I see us as being back.
Yeah, I think it's back.
Okay.
It
Sorry,
looks like
everybody.
we're
I
back.
don't think that's us. I think it might be Twitch.
Z in 2020.
Because that is not my Be Right Back screen. Mine has much more pink. So, yeah, as I was mentioning, the storeroom definitely had stuff in it marked with that red paint.
And didn't Chef just say like he had the most trouble sleeping, like so much trouble, just recently? Could that be the in and out of the lizard folk? Like they could be coming
That's
back
what it is.
anytime. I think we
That's
should
what I'm assuming.
call like some recognizance and just sit and wait. That's fine.
But how are we going to follow them if they take all the canoes?
Well, we wouldn't let them escape. Take that
We need
opportunity.
to find out we need to find out where they're going.
We also don't know how many of them travel in a group back and forth. If they're moving large crates, they could have a greater number than us.
Can they swim? Does anybody know anything about lizard folk? Could they come
Talk.
after us? Like if we
They talk.
take their
We heard them
canoes,
speaking
maybe
Draconic.
they catch up to us.
Well,
You know.
what was that, Erdnut?
We know they can talk. We heard them speaking Draconic.
Right.
I think while we can still stay mobile, we should take the opportunity to continue looking. If we wait for them and this is their terrain, it could end up bad for us. We should try to avoid a conflict head on if we can. If we happen to see one or two left alone, that would be our chance to try and interrogate them. But we can't be waiting in an area they're familiar with.
Well, how do we know which direction to go?
You
We
just
don't
point-
have any tracks to follow.
Just picking a direction to move in.
Is that what
Can
you
we
mean?
can we see how, and over like how far the swamp goes? Is there anything visible on the other side?
Looking out into like across that muck, it appears that like the land ends here and then it just kind of goes off, and as your vision of this goes, there's fallen trees and that haze in the air, and it just kind of disappears off into the distance. You have no idea how far the swamp goes in
And
that
this is-
direction.
Is this all like in all directions except for the one that we came in?
Hold on one second, let me look at my map.
Because maybe
No, so it's kind of like, we'll say the direction that you were heading, which is a little bit difficult for you to determine, but appears to be kind of to the northwest a little bit. Further in that direction that you were heading is where the land drapes off into that mucky water, but all around you, to the east. Sorry, you're going northwest. So more to the north, the south, like all the three other directions and all around it. It continues to be that mucky. You'll end up like going back into what appears to probably be waist high or less. But it's
so the direction that it continues on is the only way that there's open water, is what you're saying?
Right.
All right. Well,
How are the trees looking around here? Are there like tall trees or climbable trees?
No. I mean, so there are some that are climbable. They're all dead. Everything is exactly as you would picture in like a dying swamp. So especially as you've gone further in, you guys have traveled several miles at this point, very slowly. But the further you've gone in, it is like the broken trees, just a little, some of them poking up out of like mossy areas. There aren't any that are like. There are none that would be stable enough to hold you, with you feeling confident that it wouldn't just like break under your weight.
well,
Can't be sure.
I'm pretty loath to get into a boat and just start traveling open water in a
Yeah.
with like 30 pounds of armor on me. But if it's the only
You
direction,
you could change your armor into your.
my mariner's armor, I could. But that doesn't make me swim. Doesn't make me.
If I
think
could,
we should hang back and like wait and see who comes back to this.
That's my
And
strong
at the very-
opinion.
At the very least, if worse comes to worse, Micaiah can turn into an alligator and follow the canoe.
Good thought.
Yes, absolutely. DM, do I have swimming speed at level 5? I believe I do, just not flying speed.
I believe
could be
swim is
wrong.
at level 4. You get
That's
the
what I
swim
thought,
speed at
yeah.
level 4.
I believe so. And I believe I did look up, and I think I can be an alligator. He's absolutely right. And that fits in because we've seen alligators here, correct? Or crocodiles, rather?
Yeah.
Just I couldn't be a giant one, but I could be a regular size, I believe.
Right.
Yep. I agree with that plan, actually, or not. I say if we see them take off in the canoes, I can take off, and that's not going to look out of the ordinary whatsoever.
The only problem with that plan is then we have no canoes in order to follow.
You can jump on my back, duh.
They have to get. They need
To me, it seems they are cutting through here in order to bypass the road. I believe that they're going to the other end of the Mia.
Right, but if we alert
which
them
leads to the
our
road.
presence by taking their canoes, that's not. I mean, that's like you're saying. There could be lots of them. That's alerting them to somebody's presence. Somebody's on to them.
They were here. We would have seen them already. We would have passed them. There's only one way to get from where we were to here where we are now.
But what if we're not back before they get here?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that I don't. They have to have more canoes.
I don't know.
think they.
From my experience, like, I don't think hopping in the canoe into not knowing any idea where we're going is probably the best idea without first at least trying to wait and see.
If we did that, I'd say only send 2 people and maybe Micaiah as a alligator. Not everybody.
Send 2 people. What do you mean? Send 2 people where?
Split the party, we die. That's like number 1 rule.
True. But it's
Do that.
kind of. I mean, I don't want to send our 2 guys wearing 30-pound armor suits into you know.
Can we ride, Mickey?
I can.
Well,
All
my
we can
whole
say-
idea with her turning into an alligator is she sees where they go and then comes back to like
right,
tell
that's
us.
what I'm saying. Because all we need to know is where they're going. We don't need to intercede on them right now, right? Like, we're not trying to interject or steal anything. We're just trying to see where they're going. I think we need to be patient. That's just my opinion.
You guys can see Issa is over in the corner, like doing that thing where she's like picking her nails with her dagger.
I'm gonna ask her her opinion. Issa, what do you think about all this?
Well, to be honest, I think getting in a boat out into the water is like suicide since we don't know which way we're going. And this mirror,
Thank
we've gotten lucky so
Thank you.
far. The things I've heard about this mirror, we'll end up dead real quick if we head out into no man's land.
Who knows what beasties are in the water there?
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea. I think we need a different plan.
Are we sure that the trail ends here? Has anybody looked?
Can
I'm
gonna
good
look.
at traps, but
All right. Are you good at traps? Are you good at looking for stuff? Can you find trails? Can you find tracks?
hold on, I gotta pull up her thing. She's got some good investigation, but I don't think survival is one of her. No, like I'm good at more urban settings, I'd say.
Alright, well, I'm good at survival. I could check that.
Right, can make a survival check.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Holy shit balls. Alright. Mickey's on her game right now.
Okay. So Micaiah, you never mind. LOL. You you make your way around the perimeter of this camp, and in the direction that you came from, you do see those very clear markings along the trees. Stepping out just a little bit, a few feet, and searching, you do not come across any more of those marks in the trees, or any indication, as far as you can see, that the trail runs further into the mucky area as opposed to out into the water. It does appear, even from like looking at the way that the camp is set up, that the camp is like facing the water, if that makes sense. Like it's not, it's like in a
All
semicircle,
past
like
water.
facing the water with the, yes.
Yes. Alright, I would relay that to everybody that I looked really well. I feel, extremely confident. The path heads here.
The longer we stay here, the more the chances they stumble
Correct.
onto us. We
We
should
need
move
to-
back, regroup.
I
and
agree with
observe
Erd.
from a distance.
That's my forte,
Move.
says Issa.
Alright. Issa, help us out here, girl.
I recommend that you hide.
Let's hide. Let's hide, guys. Let's go.
I mean, if that's what you're gonna do, you should probably hide.
We gotta do something, make a decision. I agree with Erdno.
I agree we should hide so that we can see the camp and see them coming.
Let's go.
Alright, everybody make stealth checks for me. How far away are you kind of setting yourselves up?
Well, we need to be able to see decently. That's an 18 for me.
Probably
22.
say somewhere around 30 to 50 feet,
19.
whichever everyone
Yeah.
thinks is a good distance.
Probably 50.
Wherever we choose to hide, I can cast Minor Illusion and make it look make us look like we're like a log or something.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It
Then you and I
it
should
can't
hide.
be a very large area. So let me see how big. Alright, it's 5 foot. So it's 1 square, 5 foot. So if we all just stand in a line, I can make it look like we're a tree trunk.
Oh my goodness.
I was
Or like
14.
a big
My second,
fern.
my second, yeah, my second one is a nat 20, but I have disadvantage because
Ah,
the heavy
14's not
armor.
bad. Could be worse than a 14.
And I have to
yes, it could.
It could be 10.
Is that what you got?
No,
Yeah.
Zayn.
I rolled a 3, yeah.
I got 13.
Oh, hold on! I actually forgot to add my thing. My whatchamacallit. Oh, I have a +1, so that's a 50. Yay!
Yay!
When you said that, it reminded me there's a modifier for that. Dummy.
I don't understand why I'm not rolling in roll 20. Whatever.
All right, Zan.
Okay, as long as you tell me. What was it? Sorry, I missed your hands.
7.
Davian. Right.
Oh shit.
Good to know. Good to know. All right. So you guys set up. It's not the most pleasant watch you have all ever done. As you get started on the watch, it's about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And you find yourselves with a lot of free time on your hands as you sit there watching. Let's see, about 30 feet off. Lauren, Abaddon, make me just a straight
Wait,
roll.
she's trying to say something.
Hold on, she's speaking with her hands.
You need to get a pad of paper so you can just lift it up and just
I
show
was
us
gonna say,
all what
you
you're trying
could
to
We
say.
should get her a whiteboard and
Hey, I wanna
dry
have
erase
spell.
marker.
You can turn
Okay.
on your thing. You can turn on your thing. I can hear you. I
She
can
look
hear
like
you.
a hostage.
You just sound like you're at.
Annoying.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so if we during watch, if while we're up, I want to have darkness ready at the ready
Okay.
at a second level spell.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
What's that?
Do you want me to read it, or do you just want me to cast it in Roll20 and then you can look at it? Would that be easier?
You can read it. I'm gonna look it up and have it up on one of my screens. It's reading it as well, but just so
Okay.
everybody else knows too.
So that a magical darkness spreads from a point that I choose within range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration, which is up to 10 minutes. The darkness spreads around corners. A creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness, and non-magical light can't illuminate it. If the point you choose is on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it, completely covering the source of the darkness. With an opaque object, such as a bowl or a helm, blocks the darkness.
Okay.
It's only for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to have it at the ready? Is that what you're saying?
You want it? Oh, ready. In case we see something. Good idea.
Yep.
Okay.
If we said
Good
something,
idea.
I want to have it at the ready.
Great idea.
Gotcha.
In a
Useless.
15-foot radius. How long are the boats? They fit 3 people, but right?
Yeah, 3 to 5. So.
They are about they're about 20 feet long, each of them.
Of course they are.
They're pretty big. They're like a decent size. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I just ready. And then, sorry, what do you want me to do?
Roll a d20.
Oh my god, that's in that one.
Okay. So
Right?
Oh boy.
yeah, so you guys are kind of sitting around for an hour. The first hour goes by, and you don't notice anything. You do notice a faint smell that seems a little bit worse, like, and you all look around and then look over at Abaddon, and she's like, but she doesn't admit to shit.
Sounds about right.
She ain't admitting to nothing. So
Does it smell better or worse than horse dung?
I mean, it
The
smells worse than the swamp that you're in, but it's just faint and it kind of drifts by, like.
It smells like bog. That's all.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So I'm gonna have one more roll from whoever wants. Who hasn't gone yet? Has everybody gone? Micaiah, how about you go ahead again?
Alright.
And I'm gonna make a couple more more rolls.
Oh my gosh, that's a nat 20. I swear to God.
Oh, okay, I guess I don't have to. Okay.
Crazy. That's 2 in one night.
Nice.
Does that mean 20 hours goes by and it perfectly?
No. How about you go ahead and roll me a d12?
A D12. Alright. That is a 7.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
I just fuck you up by getting the 20.
Huh?
Did I just fuck everything up by getting the 20?
No, not at all. Okay.
Oh, good.
So as you guys are kind of sitting there, that first hour goes by, and it is just like, it's brutal. The second hour is just as brutal. Just kind of sitting there, all looking at each other, trying. Like, you can get a little bit of small talk in, but not too much, because like every once in a while you think you hear something. And then as you're sitting there, like near the end of the second hour, you start to feel this like weird rumbling a little bit in the vicinity, and each of you kind of looks at one another. And then Vidania, make me a perception check.
11.
You feel like you just saw something out of the corner of your eye slip underneath some of the muck over maybe about 40 feet to your east, but you don't have time to yell out for the group to watch out, as suddenly out of the muck, just like this loud kind of like roar, as this huge, there's no other way to describe it, just like oh sounded like it sounded
I thought
like
it was Koi.
I know, I was about to say it sounded like Koi in the background.
No, it was Micaiah getting scared of
Koi
whatever
knows.
this is.
Micaiah wild shapes into my cat.
I'll shapes into Koi.
This monstrous worm head comes busting out of the ground, and all this muck and everything comes flying out of the side. And although, you know, I would think it would be weird that like a worm would kind of roar, it does do this like weird like roar type thing, which if I had my voice mods, that would be much better, but it doesn't seem to want to work. And
Sorry, I like the idea that it's canon anyway. That it comes out of the way.
And you all like look up as it just like towers above you, and I'm gonna have you all roll initiative. And that's where we're going to start the next session, because it's 10:30 and I'm not trying to kill anybody on a Tuesday night. But I'm gonna get you guys all set up and ready to roll for this
You just
battle.
want to do that to us because you know all week we're gonna strategize. That's 17. That's a 17, and then our strategy is gonna go to shit immediately.
18. Oh, sorry, 19.
How far away is this worm? Just so I know.
It is right next to you.
Oh,
It's
How
like
big is this worm?
I
'Cause
will show
everything- I
you.
look up to everything.
I will show you guys a picture of what
Alright.
busted through.
And
So
by right in front, do you mean like 5 feet, 10 feet?
we'll go
right
with
in front?
yeah, we'll go with it's 5 feet in front of you guys, and I will have a battle map ready for you.
Alright.
Dan, what did you roll?
That would be an 8.
Man, what's up? Vidania?
Yeah.
Bad night.
12.
It's a bad
The
night.
accent.
Vidania's not
accent.
doing that awesome either.
I know. Our 2 rangers. What's happening?
Abaddon, what you
We're in
got?
the swamp We're from the forest.
Oh,
I
that makes
cannot
sense.
stress this enough. We are from the
We
forest.
don't belong here.
So is
It's
Micaiah,
just,
but she
it's
rolled
just
two
wet
nat
forest.
I got a 9.
9.
It's just like forest.
Or it's dry
That's
water.
not even possible. Come on now.
20s. Dry water.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for these guys, because that doesn't... I can't have, like,
Guys, there's more than one.
this guy.
Yeah, alright.
Ah!
I'm gonna pretend
It's
I didn't
a worm, so once we cut off its head, we know it's just gonna split into two.
Oh, fuck off. Goddamn worms.
Oops. Can't have, like, a negative initiative roll.
Earn up. Put those guns away. You're scaring me.
You first.
Right?
I saw you take off that shirt and you were like, "Yeah, everybody look at
I
me."
wasn't. Let when I take off my shirt. I was just really hot, honestly. It's hot in my house right now.
Alright, so we will pick up on Saturday with your, I don't know, randomish encounter.
Slash worms.
Random-ish.
Random-ish.
Yep.
Thank you for everybody who did watch us today. That is awesome. Thank you so much. We will be back on Saturday. Please check out our sponsor right up there above Erdnot's name. We have the Armory. Soon to have online ordering, but if anybody's watching who's from our general area, Fairhaven, New Bedford, Massachusetts area, please go over to the Armory. They are open. And they have awesome new stuff, like completely redid all of the items that they have in stock, and they've got a bunch of colored minis. When we do hit that 10 subs, we will do our first giveaway. And then Saturday, we're going to do a giveaway anyway, but it's going to be some Bums of Greenest merch. Hopefully my shirt will have arrived by then so that I can kind of show off a little bit. Thank you, Fires of Athlon, for hanging out, and to everybody, I'm going to take a look at the users in chat. We've got DMF Saint looks like he's lurking, Dr. Diz DM, Grimoire Feet, Pixie, and Nerdle Gaming. We've got a few people who are kind of hanging out. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, y'all.
And let's, I'm going to choose somebody to raid real quick, because I have to do it fast, and I should have already chosen. Let's raid somebody, because we got 14 people to bring with us. Ooh, let me mute this shit. Okay.
Thank you.
How about, you know what? I have so many people on this thing now. How about we raid the Dreaded GM? It looks like I'm just gonna pop over and make sure that they're live.
Let's go.
Because they've been doing more streams lately. It looks like they're doing art, so it might be Ellie. And she is going to be streaming her art, I think. So yeah, we will raid them, because let's see. Yeah, the DM the Mark Knight is not on anymore, so we can't pay it forward there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so they're not quite up yet, but she's getting ready. So let's do
How
it.
far are we from getting our raid emoji?
We are 2 subs away from a raid emoji. Just throwing that out
Right,
there.
getting there.
They won't let us have another one until we get 20. I think it was 25 sub points. So we can really push hard for that on Saturday, so that we can get our raid emoji. I mean, we could also gift, 2 subs to people to try to get it there. All right, so we're gonna throw this raid in. We've got 9, 11, 12, 13 viewers that we're gonna go over to Dreaded GM. 14. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Peace out.
Peace out.
See you guys.